Okay, dokie. Just a forewarning for you guys who wants to stream this game a day early before release. CD Projekt Red has announced that nobody should stream this game a day beforehand. They prefer it that way. They don't want to spoil anybody else watching the game before the game's even released. So they would like everybody to have a good experience with the game. So they will issue DNCAs when it comes to that. I can understand their point of view. They want everybody to enjoy the game. The game's been in development since 2012. So 8 years in development and someone else spoils it, yeah, that would be quite disappointing. So just be warned, don't stream the game. But now that's out of the way, it's going to be quite interesting to see how this game's going to fold out. So far, it's been hyped up beyond imagination, which is both. It's a double-edged sword. It could be good and it could be bad. And I have a feeling the other reason for the earlier release was either for the people who pre-ordered it or select content streamers or YouTubers. It's mainly from my point of view, so objective. As for early bug fixing, for such a big game, they've added so much side quests and everything, so that there's bound to be a game-breaking bug there somewhere. So it's better to catch that early before releasing it. Otherwise, such a big hyped game ends up being a complete disaster if there's a broken quest. So that could be quite bad. So there will probably be a day one patch if everything, well, if it doesn't go according to plan. The people who are playing it early, you might end up with a game-breaking bug, or you might be lucky and not. That's also definitely a possibility. So in 24 hours, it will be released. So I hope you guys will enjoy it because they've done so much. The character customizations, it's quite in depth. Well, in depth to a degree. It's everything is presets still, but you can change stuff that you wouldn't in other games, which is odd, but whatever floats everyone's boat. And there's also the backstories, which is pretty impressive. So it gives you completely different intros and different play styles, if I can put it that way. You get the nomad, the street kid, and the corporate backstories with a few extra back end stories which you can give yourself to give your own experience to the game. That sounds like a very good idea. It reminds me of some of the older games. I can't remember the top of my head which games, where you change your backstory and the backstory does reflect a little bit in the game. Depending what you do, they will treat you differently in the game. So that's a very good thing. Even the author of Cyberpunk is also going to be in the game. But good to him, it's his book. His book, his story. So that would be fantastic to see him in there. I have a feeling I know who's it going to be, but well, it's a good pick for him in anyway, if it is who I think it is. And I hope, since in Witcher 3 there was a little hint towards Ciri going into the future, there might be a little Easter egg there somewhere with Ciri, or you might see her somehow. So that's going to be fun. Well, I bet there's going to be someone who's going to literally hunt around or explore the entire game just to find that. And the funniest thing that if they implement it, I would find it hilarious is if they would have put in Gwent into the game. If Gwent's in Cyberpunk, that's just a dead giveaway. That's a Witcher take on that. If you've ordered the collector's edition, you'll be getting a custom box, steelbook, figurine, a hardcover art book, a metal pin, and a keychain, and maybe a few other extra things. So that's nice of the collector's edition. You know, at least get a figurine. Nowadays, you don't get that much. So that's a bit of that's pretty impressive of CD Projekt Red. So that's very, very, very good. Me personally, I'd wait a while with the game. Yeah, there will be multiplayer. They did add multiplayer to it. I don't know how it's gonna work, but yeah, okay, they've got that, so that's good. But me personally, I'm gonna wait a few months maybe before, so that they can iron out all bugs. I'd like to experience the game properly with no bugs, no issues, and whatever extra they can do to the game to have it finalized. Because nowadays, it's an overhyped game. It's a super overhyped game, which is unfortunate. Fortunate and unfortunate, makes everybody excited, including me. I'm excited. But I'll hold over with me. No, I'd rather wait. I've been bitten too many times when it comes to buying a game or pre-ordering a game and then be super disappointed as it's missing a whole bunch of stuff, which they could have implemented into the game from the start, but they decided to add it later. So it technically ruins the experience if they had to add stuff to the game where it should have been there from the start. Maybe like an afterthought, or someone mentioned it after the game was released. Yo, add this to the game because it would be better, and then they add it. Well, they don't want to go the DLC route, but I can put $50 down on it. They probably will be bringing DLC out. It's to keep the game afloat, or the company afloat. So they'll have to do something, unless they have already something, or they have something else in the pipeline already. It's part of the workflow. So they either will be bringing out DLC, probably side quests, or like Witcher, add extra stories to the game, or a story that complements the main story. That'll most likely be it. It's probably going to end up like that. Or there's going to be a DLC if Ciri is not in the game in one way, shape, or form. Then they'll have a DLC that does include her, where you'll be helping her go through everything. Well, whatever they're going to do with the story, just to include Ciri in the story. That could be interesting. But yet again, that would go against what they were marketing as there will be no DLC. So it's a double-edged sword again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this was just a friendly reminder that the game's coming out tomorrow, don't stream it if you already have it, or if you already installed it. So just don't stream it, otherwise you will be DMCA'd or copyright striked for it, or whatever they're gonna do, take it to court. I don't know if it'll go that far, but they probably will issue a DMCA for it. So if you like the video, well, like the video, obviously, and subscribe for more upcoming news. Have a great evening, day, or morning.
Wake the up, samurai. We have a city to burn.